Welcome back to Nuclear News. We're keeping tabs on a global mega trend that is still in its early stages. Why is it a mega trend? We're going to dive into that. But first, why are uranium prices outperforming massively? China's biggest stimulus since the pandemic means for US investors, they just committed to an economic stimulus package, which is bigger than anything since the pandemic, right? So they're printing money, debasing the currency, flooding the local and global economy with liquidity. What goes up when liquidity goes up and capital becomes more available? Obviously, we saw the rate cut last week. We see this going on in China, right? So a global spike in liquidity. And so high quality early stage growth assets go up. But let's not forget, China continues its rapid growth of nuclear power capacity. So a lot of that money will trickle into the burgeoning global nuclear industry. And so on the back of all this, with the Sprott Junior Uranium Miners ETF up 8% in the last 5 days. Guess what the S&P 500 has done? It's only up 2% in the last 5 days. So we're seeing outperformance, right? Just like clockwork. If you understand the macro picture, everything else falls into line. Now, I said we're in a mega trend. Let's dive into whether or not that's true and what's actually going on. Last week, Sam Altman from OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, pitches White House on unprecedented data center build out. This morning, Altman-backed nuclear startup Oklo receives green light to start site work for Idaho microreactor. So my deep dive into Sam Altman's Oklo company, OKLO is the ticker, is long overdue, but people are sleeping on these tiny, small modular reactor stocks because the stage is being set for these SMRs to power everything and to be everywhere and all important. Google CEO, we're working on 1 gigawatt data centers, seeing money going into SMRs. No one is talking about the investment potential of SMRs, but obviously they're going to be burning uranium, and we have brand new early stage companies like Oklo. Microsoft to double new data center capacity this year, right? They're going to be using uranium. Microsoft may pay Constellation premium in 3 Mile Island power agreement. They're going to pay a premium just for access to what seems like is their very own private massive nuclear power plant. That's how important energy is. So the big tech companies understand the assignment. We don't have enough electricity to power AI, so they're doing everything they possibly can to pump billions of dollars into the nuclear space and get as much power as possible, right? NVIDIA, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google execs meet with White House to talk AI, energy, and data centers. White House pushes AI infrastructure following meeting with tech CEOs, right? This is the mega trend. All the models are broken for uranium. Obviously, they've been showing a multi-decade supply crunch, but what happens when you add on the exponential increase in electricity that's needed to power AI, right? This is a big deal. It's the truth. The most powerful organizations on the planet are at the White House asking for this, right? Rolls-Royce closes in on 2 mini nuclear reactor deals. Rolls-Royce is another company that provides nuclear reactors, still in the early stages. Pressure mounting on Energy Secretary Ed Miliband to approve SMRs in the UK. So in the midst of all this exploding demand, we have above ground uranium that just gets scarcer and scarcer and scarcer. We know there's a multi-decade supply crunch, but here's an update on the supply. It looks like the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust has already raised $3 million in the first hour of trading on USDTSX ticker, right? Which is seeing unusually high volume today, trading near net asset value per share. The SPUT ATM is on, right? So this is a vehicle to scoop uranium pounds off the market. As the spot price goes up, this vehicle is going to scoop pounds off the market as more money flows in. So it's kind of like a flywheel effect for uranium scarcity. Doesn't get better than that. World's biggest banks pledge support for nuclear power. Financial institutions, including B of A, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman, back COP28 goal of tripling capacity by 2050.